Hey guys, I'm Kate. So I decided to change things up a little bit. I'm not going to do my monthly wrap-ups anymore because I simply don't read enough books in 1 month to make these videos. I'm not going to do a monthly wrap-up and show you just one book. Instead of that, I'm going to do these recent reads videos. I like them better than monthly wrap-ups, so this is my first recent reads video. I have 5 books to show you. The first book is In the Miso Soup by Murakami. I did a review on this book and I will link it down in the description box. But this book is about this guy named Kenji, and he is a tour guide to underground sex clubs in Tokyo, Japan. One day he receives a phone call from an American businessman named Frank, and Frank wants Kenji to be his guide. So Kenji accepts, but he notices that Frank is really weird, and soon he starts to suspect that Frank is somehow involved in these murders that are happening in Tokyo, Japan. For more of my thoughts on this book, you can watch my review on this book. The next book that I have to show you is Magician Apprentice by Raymond E. Feist. This is a fantasy novel. This is the first book in his The Rift Wars saga series. It follows Pug. Yeah, no, I think it's pronounced Pug like a dog because it's spelled the same. So it follows Pug, and he reaches this age when he is supposed to become an apprentice. And masters choose their apprentices. He can't choose a master, and he can't choose what he is going to do in his life. So none of the masters choose him, and he is scared that he is going to be left without a master. But at the last moment, this court mage chooses him because he sees something in Pug, that he has a potential to be a great mage. But Pug has some difficulties with unlocking the magic inside him. So of course, like in any fantasy book, there is this great enemy and wars, and it is a more like a classic fantasy book where you have these beautiful creatures, these beautiful elves that live in forest, and dwarves that live in mines. It has some similarities with The Lord of the Rings. There is a scene in this book in abandoned mines, abandoned dwarf mines, like in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I saw a lot of similarities with this book and The Lord of the Rings, but nonetheless, it is a fun fantasy read. I will definitely finish this series, and when I finish it, I think I'm probably going to do a review on it. So yeah, that's for the Magician Apprentice. And the next one is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. So this book is a YA thriller, contemporary something. It is so fun to read it. It is so fast-paced, and it is so addicting. You can't put it down. I finished it in a day or so. But I don't know why people are so secretive when they talk about this book. They say, I'm not going to talk about the plot a lot because I don't want to reveal anything, but I think you can say that a basic plot of this book, and that is, it's about this group of young people. They are 17 or 18, and they are really rich, and they spend their summers on this private island with their families. And one summer, something happens that changes everything, and after that, the summers that they spent on this island are never the same like they were before. If you want something really fun and quick to read, I recommend you this book. I don't think I'm going to do a review on it because there are so many reviews on this book. But yeah, if you are up for a mystery, contemporary YA novel, read We Were Liars. The next book that I read, I don't have a physical copy of. I bought it as a present to my little cousin, but before I gave it to her, I read it myself. It is The Tale of Despereaux by DiCamillo. I'm going to put a picture of the cover. this is a story, a children's story about this little mouse. He is born very little and his family doesn't expect a lot from him. They don't believe that he is going to do anything with his life because he is so small, and they live in this big castle with king and princess, and they're not supposed to be seen by humans. So one day this little mouse, he is named Despereaux, and he leaves this mouse house. He leaves it and goes to see the princess, and when he sees her he falls in love with her, and he allows this princess to see him, and that is strictly forbidden. So his family disowns him, and this mice society puts him in a dungeon, so he's supposed to save himself and later the princess. It is a beautiful children's story. In the book there are illustrations, and I really liked it. It was such fun and light read, and that's what I needed at the moment. There are some beautiful lessons for children in that book, and I quite liked it. And the last book that I have to show you is The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. This is a book about this beautiful Paris opera house, and people believe it is haunted by a ghost. These managers that run this opera house are blackmailed by a ghost, but they don't believe that it is really a ghost. They think someone is pranking him and pranking them and taking their money. But at the same time the story follows this singer named Christine Daae, and she is an average singer, but she starts to receive these visits from an angel of music, and suddenly she starts to sing really beautifully, and everyone is in love with her and everyone wants to see her sing. It is a really good mystery and thriller and crime book. I expect it to be a love story like the movie, but it's really not. And it's written like the writer, like Gaston Leroux, is talking to the reader, and he presents these evidence, these documents that the ghost was really real. At some point I thought that these events really happened, and it is so believable. It is written in 1910, and it is really easy to read. I thought I was going to have problems with reading this book because it is written so long ago and English is not my first language, but it is really easy to read. There are some words that I didn't understand, but that's pretty much it. It is really easy and quick to read. I think I'm going to do a review on this book, so I'm going to talk more about it in that video. So that was my first recent reads video. I think it is a lot better than monthly wrap-ups for me. And currently I'm reading The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I'm 100 pages in, I think 50 pages in. So yeah, thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments below what books did you recently read, and see you next time. Thanks for watching, bye!